Have you ever wanted to play Dark Souls but felt like you could never get into it because of the legend that is the Dark Souls difficulty? Well, stick around, because I'm Destructive Spartan, and in this video I'm going to give you some tips on how to get started. Dark Souls. It's hard. I won't pretend that it's not difficult, especially if you've never played anything like it, but I don't believe it's as difficult as many people would like to make it out to be. To be totally honest, Dark Souls is a matter of learning and time. Dark Souls is fit to many playstyles, so I won't be telling you exactly what class or what gear to look for, because I don't want to, remove any of the magic from the game that is itself. I just want to give you some tips that will help you get started. The first tip I want to give you is to listen to the game. Dark Souls is hard enough as it is, but when you're fighting everything the game is trying to show you, it makes it so much harder. So make sure you pay attention to the dialogue, to the signs, to the map design to see what you need to do. The game's not going to hold your hand, but it will guide you. It has one of the best map designs and level designs of any game I've ever played, and if you just pay attention, you're going to know where to go and you're going to know what you need to do. I can't tell you how much frustration I would have saved if I didn't try to do things my way. You can do it that way, but be warned, you will be frustrated the whole way. Tip number 2, slow down and explore. This is something that I struggled with heavily. The game's not a race. Nobody is gonna be upset if you get there a little bit slower. There are gonna be a lot of paths and a lot of choices. Slowing down is gonna save you a lot of time in the long run. If you slow down and explore, you're gonna find a lot of gear, you're gonna find a lot of weapons, you're gonna find a lot of consumables, and they're all gonna help you with the enemies that you face, and they're gonna just help make the game easier. Okay, so tip number 3. These next 3 are going to be mainly focused on combat, so you might want to pay attention to these. My first combat tip is to be patient and don't be greedy. I've played all the Souls games on stream for the first time last year, and I wish I would have known this. You have to be patient. Trying to just rush through and attack and attack and attack, it's not going to work. You're going to have to wait patiently for an opening, and then use all of that opening and not any more of it. If you don't, you're going to get punished over and over and over again. Tip number 4, the roll. Rolling is the core mechanic in all Souls games. It's going to be your main way to avoid damage, and you're going to use it a lot. This is something that you'll basically have to get a feel for, but there are some things to remember. Watch where an attack is coming from. You'll need to hit the roll button just before you're hit to avoid damage. The direction of the roll will be determined by where the attack is coming from and where the attack is going to end up. You're going to just have to see what enemy it is, and you're going to have to learn their patterns, but just those 2 tips will kind of get you a little bit far on the roll, but you're going to have to practice it yourself. To some, this is one of the most important mechanics in the game. It can be key for some enemies to get a ton of damage in one hit. It can be done on most humanoid enemies, and it can be a little tricky. I'll show you the process here while I give you the steps. First, you're going to hold a shield in your offhand, and then you're going to wait for your enemy to attack. Just before the attack reaches your character, you will press the parry button. By default, that's the left trigger. If done correctly, you will parry the attack and the enemy will be stunned momentarily. This will give you a chance to get an extremely powerful riposte in that will be special depending on the weapon / the enemy. You will have to practice this a little bit, but once you get good at it, it's going to change the way that you play the game. Thanks for watching. If you want to see some of these tips in action, watch live on my Twitch channel. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.